everyone, Senrai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 5th episode of the 3rd season of Jashin-chan Dropkick. Dropkick, more like drop hit. Yeah, last episode a lot of crazy stuff happened, and I take it we're going to probably get more crazy stuff in this episode. So let's jump on in and see how that goes. 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, we see Beth, who's luckily not burned to death, and our, yeah, chicken with the hat. Oh, okay. Wouldn't have guessed that as a plot point. But, yeah, definitely interesting. I'll take it. Just pretty much everything. So you're going to lie to her, is what you're saying. Seems like it, I mean. That is impressive, yeah. Don't tell me. That's probably not her. It's, oh, it's nice, yeah. I saw the leak. Why doesn't Miku deliver my stuff? But yeah, it's just a leak, you know. But they did disguise it a little bit by making it look like a broom at the bottom. That was something. The creative ways they incorporate Miku into the episodes, it's something I appreciate. She says as she cuddles it. What did I just see in the corner there? It looked a little bit menacing. I mean, usually we don't see Miku this early in the episode, which I think is part of what caught me off guard. Like, last episode, it was near the end, right? When we saw a little bit of a flashback with the Hell School. Makai Gakko. No idea why she was there, but maybe she heard it was one hell of a school, wanted to check it out. I wish more anime would just have random Miku cameos. I'm trying to think, what would be a good anime to have a Miku cameo? Any kind of idol show. That'd be great. If Miku just randomly appeared, maybe jumped on stage just to perform with them, or try to compete with them, I don't know. Yeah, it really has expanded a lot, hasn't it? So, are we going to talk about that? The elephant in the room? I mean, that's not sensei, is it? I mean, now that I look back, it does look like it's kind of like hunched over. So, yeah, it actually might be. Not looking very good if that's the case. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. Okay, so she's just trying to be silly, okay. Hard to be silly when you're bleeding. Yeah, this is not quite how I expected this to go. Okay. I cannot say that, but that is indeed her name. Oh, she's been taking good care of Jashin, that's for sure. Oh yeah, I think we saw it in the preview. Cerberus claws, okay. I mean, any Chuni's gonna like that sort of thing. Jashin might like it less pretty soon. I suppose so. I definitely know that feeling. Uh-huh. Yeah, we don't usually see the side of Jashin-chan. It's kind of odd. Well, yeah. Yeah, I kind of love her and I can't bring myself to kill her. That's why she's still alive. Is that the issue? Oh. I didn't read that. Yeah, doesn't matter to an anime only. We're getting really meta. Yeah, it does seem a teacher would usually be more encouraging. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, Sensei. You can't mess with the status quo like that. Yeah, we're definitely on a name basis, I would say. Oh, man, she wasted no time with the bending. Like when she grabbed the finger, I thought she was gonna break it, but I didn't think she'd do it so quickly. Like I was spending like a few seconds and maybe just glaring at her before she finally does it, but nope. Yeah, getting kind of mixed messages, but maybe do your best to give up, gracefully. Hey, you just got here. I kind of love you. Fail board of education. Is that every board of education? Here? Iron Commando. I think we... Have we been there before? I definitely remember an orphanage at some point of the show. It was nice meeting you. Please come back again anytime. Yeah, I was actually wondering when she was going to show back up into the show. Yeah, okay. I started to think I was going crazy. I was like, are there two orphanages? That's kind of what I was thinking, but it's just freaking Jashin-chan being silly. Didn't get a chance to really read that sash. But yeah, she is currently doing this, yeah. You don't sound very fine. Yeah, here we go. We got Sensei. Hanako, very cute name. You don't ask that question like right out the gates. She says she's fine, so yeah, I gotta kind of watch yourself. Oh, of course. I trust her to take good care of her. Sensei is great. Yeah, I don't need to be so paranoid. You want to like, Okay, we got real close real quick. Yeah, that's a great form. I definitely approve. That can't be true. Sensei's great. Oh, we got that music playing. Okay. Man, she really is a good friend to her. Really worried about her. We don't really even have lips in the show, but... I mean, she could be your new best friend. That didn't sound very sincere at all. But man, it sounds to get a kick out of that. Sensei, make you feel better. Well, I don't think she feels any better anymore. I want to be like her. That's gonna be rough for you, fun for her. Just get her some lipstick, she'll be fine. But she's reading the Haniwa book. Oh. That pun. Okay. Yeah, that's the Omoshiroi. Yeah, don't you want to ride? Yeah, it wouldn't be weird. Is that... Yeah, that was Jashin's voice. Of course. Gonna break it with her fat butt. I'm sure the fun you're getting is just by bullying them. That's your real fun. Yeah, we don't want to hang out with this mean snake. We can hold hands, that's plenty of fun. I see. Did I just see me with a panda head on a picture back there? Also another interesting poster. I'll go back to that later. Yeah. Is Jashin gonna... Yeah, she's there the whole time. You really need to get a life, Jashin-chan. This is not a good way to spend your time. You can't keep this up forever. Eventually you'll get bored. Do something else. Forget about this. The worst. The absolute worst. But yeah, that is to be expected. It's definitely not over. Yeah, we're gonna try again, aren't we? Can we just like fight another one? There's gotta be more than one in this city. You can't hawk all of them. It can't be that fun. And it's just gonna be there, so. Yeah, Jashin's not that stupid. I mean, that was the most logical thing for her to do, so. Okay, we're gonna get violent. I mean, it's not really violence, but gravity was the real thing that was violent there. We should hurry up and get on it, but while she's on the ground. I mean, I don't care. Well, she's gone, but... I don't know how much we're going to be able to enjoy it now. That's just kind of depressing. Yeah, she is without question the bad guy here, but don't let her emotionally manipulate you. And of course, she's got to show up to see her doing this childish thing. The crack at dawn. Rather ride her, honestly. How could you possibly misinterpret this as anything else? Gonna take some pictures? Or are we gonna show a picture? That would probably be a lot more fun. Okay, no, she's, yeah, taking a picture. Even got the piece. That's a phone wallpaper if I've ever seen one. Okay, on a Happy Meal. That does sound pretty great. Can't have that. She can barely see over the counter. The more you try to force yourself to act like an adult, the more childish you seem. Just so you know that. Yeah, that definitely is an interesting little reveal we got this episode. It's a good question. I was actually curious about that too. I can understand that. Is that like a Miku straw? Is that what I'm looking at? Yeah. Those look pretty cool. I just want the Miku straw. I want to suck on Miku. Just inhale them. That is not what happened. Not at all. But it's interesting to see her interpretation of things. It's kind of like a conspiracy theory you find on the internet, you know? Oh, damn, she really is going for it. Yeah, that straw does look amazing the more I see. It shoots out the leaks in the back. Wow. God, I want it so badly now. Tell me that's a real thing. But yeah, just those otaku having the time of their life with it. She really is a giant pain, isn't she? Of course she shows up somehow. Yeah, that's a good reason. It really is. She's still just crying. I'm gonna give this girl a Miku straw. She'll cheer her up. Although that you can slightly see her shorts from the back of the cloak thing. Yeah, I still don't know what to call that. But yeah, I was kind of thinking this is how this would go. Because if anyone's gonna know what she wants, it's gonna be Sensei. My heart. She really is best friend material. You don't exactly hide your feelings as well as you think you do. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time left. But, nothing. That is something Joshi would do, alright. Who would give her the money to begin with, or let her anywhere near it, rather? That's not a guarantee, though. It's not a good excuse. It wouldn't be the first crowdfunding to screw over the crowdfunders. Investors just with their knives and pitchforks. Not literally, but idea. Well, I'm afraid to know what your last resort is. You're gonna... I bet it is. 30 million. That is pretty bad. But at what cost? Hopefully we actually get like a full-on singing performance from Miku in the final episode. That'd be pretty cool. That's a bit of a weather shift. Don't ask me. I know Jashin is not dressed for this weather. Why is Pekuda there too? Yeah, it feels like I missed something. The escape arc. Okay, I guess escape arc is next time. You know, just you're in sitting on that bed like that. It's kind of the sexiest she's looked in the whole show, really. Like that specific shot. They even give us like 2 different angles of it too. Why can't the wind just blow slightly harder? Also, if she could turn her legs a little bit more to face me, that'd be great. Why does she have angel wings? I feel like she shouldn't have angel wings. Is that a Golden Kamuy reference? Also, that's a mechanical arrow, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Okay. Well, that was the 5th episode of the 3rd season of Jashin-chan. Jashin-chan Dropkick, rather. But yeah, this was a good episode. I quite enjoyed this one. You know, we had a very interesting Miku cameo, right? Like, I was kind of thinking whoever that was not going to be the sensei because of, I mean, the way the scene was kind of built up. Being like, hey, that must be sensei. You know, usually it's not the person when they, you know, get excited and stuff like that. And we saw some dark thing in the corner. I mean, my first thought is that sensei? But then I thought, okay, that's too small to be sensei. That's silly. But eventually I saw that, yeah, you kind of have like a back, like it was like somebody was leaning forward. Once I realized that, I'm more sorry to entertain the possibility that could be sensei, and it definitely was. And Jashin-chan actually seems to like sensei quite a bit. Like, you know, shows more affection and respect to her than most other people in the show. That's for sure. But man, Miku, I wish she would deliver my packages. But But yeah, she did show up, and she's just really a really likable character. Like, she's kind of a little bit silly and fun, you know? Like, she tried to show up in a unique way because just walking through the door would be far too boring, right? You know, and she's also clearly a very nice person. I mean, near the end of the episode, giving the toy to Liera, whatever her name is, right? So a nice person, a likable, fun. You know, she even had a present for Eureka. It was a violent present, but that's to be expected and from a hell person, right? It's kind of just comes with the territory. But yeah, even had like Jashin-chan hugging her and stuff. But yeah, also pointing out the lack of killing Eureka, and she had excuses for that and stuff like that. And then just fourth wall breaking meta stuff, you know, galore. After that, talking about specifically Volume 8 of the manga. But of course, as an anime only, I don't know any of that stuff, but I'll take your word for it. But, yeah, it's always kind of a debate, isn't it? Like, how relevant should the manga be to the anime, right? Because sometimes you'll see, you know, people be online where it'll be somebody who's, like, maybe, like, say there's a light novel, someone's, like, sings the light novel's praises for years or whatever, and it finally gets an anime adaptation, and somebody watches the anime adaptation and is like, this isn't all that great at all. What was this person talking about? And then the person, you know, in a way to, like, defend themselves, right? They try to phrase it like, you know, there are two completely different existences. Just because I like this doesn't mean anything about that, you know, just like... But, because, you know, there's no, like, hard-written rule about how much has to carry over from one to the other, right? It's just that generally fans of the original like to keep most of it into the adaptation, right? It's a general rule. But, you know, they are different mediums, so most people are willing to accept certain changes and whatnot. But anyway, bit of a tangent. Let's just get back into the show. But because, you know, Sensei didn't just come to their place, right? She also went to the orphanage, right? Where chicken finger orphanage, where we happen to just have Liera, and they apparently have some history together, which I'm pretty sure we did not know until this episode. But yeah, at first she thinks that she's there because of her, but no, it's just kind of a coincidence. But it is nice to see Liera's made a new friend here, and they're getting along rather well, and she's very like attentive to her needs and caring and stuff like that. She's a good friend, right? And also Sensei is a pretty good friend to Liera as well, right? So that's good to see. I definitely do quite enjoy their relationship for sure. Like it's obviously quite a bit amusing because of the current status quo, where Liera is kind of undercover in a way, you know, trying to just be one of the kids and stuff like that. So she kind of can't act her usual way towards Sensei because of their official positions relative to each other in the orphanage, right? So, you know, some entertainment is going to come from that. You know, Sensei probably get a little bit of a kick out of that. But yeah, good stuff all around. And also, we had this weird war between Liera and Jashin over that stupid ride, right? You know, the funny personal coincidence is I'm pretty sure that exact ride I saw in like a visual novel that I recently just started reading. It basically mostly takes place on a rooftop amusement park where the protagonist works there in like a bear kigurumi, you know. And there was a girl that's, you know, wanted to ride it, but was thought maybe she was too old to, but he encouraged her to do so, and she had a great time on it, right? So it's pretty much the exact same ride. So that was a pretty funny coincidence for me personally. But yeah, just Jashin-chan just being horrible. I mean, she's a devil, so like I can't really yell at her too much for being terrible when being terrible is in her DNA. But at the same time, we have other hell people, other devils in the show that are not that terrible. So it's questionable how much of an excuse you can really make that, but still, it feels silly to complain about a devil being evil is, I guess, the overall point. But yeah, she basically just monopolizes that thing, even though Liera definitely wants to ride on it, and waking up early to try to get to it and still couldn't get to it. Jashin-chan's like asleep over next to it. Like, I understand that she's trying to harass her and it's working, I get that, but like, is it worth it? I mean, having to sleep outside and wake up early, like, at a certain point, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. You're kind of hurting yourself a little bit, but I guess if you're just that evil, like, maybe it's worth it. I don't know. But yeah, by the time she actually got onto it, she couldn't really enjoy herself too much because of Jashin-chan's actions. But yeah, I love that picture we took near the end. She even, like, gave the double peace sign. It's a great picture. It's a great picture. Definitely appeals to my inner humiliation fetish. But Then we went to the like fast food place. I do kind of want to look more at that chart. Yeah, it really literally just says unhappy meal as we have her, burning at the stake. And oh yeah, you do get a good look at the Miku straw. Like that would be so expensive to produce, compared to like a regular straw. Like a lot of effort was clearly put into that because it's like one of those what's it called? Torture device. I swear I know the name of it. But basically, the person goes inside of it. There's needles all over the place, and it closes and stabs all through them. It's basically that with the freaking leaks. It's kind of hilarious. It's immensely hilarious. I love that a lot. But yeah, Patra-chan and Hatsune Miku, both special. Today's like the last day. So yeah. Oh god, it's great. Like we already had Miku cameo, so I wasn't really expecting any more Miku in the episode. But there you go, they decided to surprise us. I definitely appreciate that. And once again, she wants a childish thing, but she tries not to get the childish thing because that'll make her look childish. Oh, that's a mouthful. But yeah, luckily she got it in the end. But also we had Pino, who's just like, what is wrong with that girl? Somebody needs to get her on her medication, like seriously. There's no rational reason to believe the things she believes. Like, you even have Leah offered her like logical reasoning as to why what she believes is kind of ridiculous. It did nothing to phase her, like the average conspiracy theorist, But she really did try to gouge her eyes out too. I do want to go back to the part with the Miku straw being used. Yeah, basically got the big eyes over here, and yeah, they just like close it, and then she screams. That's really dark. I mean, if you think about it, but like they're just losing their minds with it. Because I actually missed it the first time, the closing bit, but I did see the part where we actually see it going through the back, right? But yeah, those three otakus are definitely enjoying hearing Miku scream, as you would expect. But yeah, great stuff. I really enjoyed this episode. This might have been one of my favorites of the season so far. Like the whole dynamic between the Eren and Sensei was great, and just even some pure Jashin-chan evilness as well. I mean, we did have the money thing, which looks like it may be relevant to the next episode, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, just more meta jokes with stealing the crowdfunding money and stuff like that. But yeah, I quite enjoyed this episode. A lot of really good stuff. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my reaction to it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.